Good morning, everybody. It is the end of July, and I thought I would give you a little garden update in terms of what fruit we've still got growing and what is coming up. So, this is the coolest, in my opinion, and this is corn on the cob, and it is the first time we've ever successfully been able to even grow this much corn. And as you can see, it's all in a plastic container, which is really cool. And we've got, I think, the marigolds at the bottom, and the marigolds help to reduce the pests because they don't like the smell. But moving on to the actual corn, look at this. We've actually got a flower, and it's amazing. We've also got this one in here. As you can see, it is just going to open soon. And then if we come over here, we've got another one, again, going to open soon. And I absolutely love corn on the cob. It is one of my favourite vegetables. I just don't have it very often. And I think it is really good and tasty. And I think this is just remarkable that it has actually grown in this tiny little container. Just for perspective, that's my hand. You can see how little, realistically, it is. In an ideal world, obviously you would grow it in the ground. It would be much better in the ground. It would have more nutrients, more space. But even without that we've still got some flowers is just remarkable. So that is this bit. We're going to go and move over. There's Emrys, she's chewing on a stick, isn't she cute? So over here we've got all these strawberry plants, and most of the strawberries have gone over now, so the season appears to be finished for that. But we are starting blackberry season by the looks of things, and this is a thornless blackberry, so there are no thorns on this plant whatsoever, which is perfect if you've got small children or if you just don't want to have thorns, which aren't always very fun to deal with, especially with blackberries, which can have very aggressive thorns. So you can see that this isn't in the best place. It's in this pot down here, but it's not supported very well, and we do need to sort that out. I think that is a task that I will undertake soon. I'm not sure whether to put it in the front garden or leave it in the back, but that is a decision to make soon enough. So that is these blackberries. Over here we've got this enormous pepper plant, and this pepper plant is in a raised bed. It was planted and then just left, so it hasn't been pruned or anything like that. You can see that it is very thick and lush. It is really quite a big plant, but I've not seen one single flower on it. And I don't know if that is because it hasn't been pruned. I really don't know, but this is one single plant, I think. But I think it's really pretty, and they actually can come back the next year, so you can just leave it and then it can survive depending on the winter. And then we've got this other little one, it's a bit smaller, and then next to it we've got these, and these are celeriacs, you know, the celeriacs that I bought a little while ago. So that is these planted. Can't see anything growing on them just yet, but of course they are a root vegetable, so you're not bound to see it. Moving over here, I don't know what this is. This just sprang up. It looks like a succulent, but I don't know. We've got some more marigolds, some more strawberries, and there were onions in here, but Emma decided to dig them all up because she wanted to help. Look at her being all cute. So that is those. Moving on, we're going to go over here. This is a pepper plant, and I bought this pepper plant from Waitrose. It was reduced and it had a lot of peppers on it, so I thought I would just buy it. Even if it didn't live, then I still got some peppers because there were, as I said, some already on it. It now has 4 beautifully thick, delicious looking chilies, and these chilies are good. They've got some really nice heat to them, which is just fantastic for me. I really like peppers with heat, so that's really cool. And they've grown thick like this, I think, because of the heat waves that we've been having in the UK, so that's really really good. Even though I don't like the heat and we have been suffering with the heat in this country, the chilies have enjoyed it, so there's that. This is the nectarine tree. No more nectarines, they've been harvested. That's not a fruit tree. Here is the pear tree. Now I can give a bit of a more in-depth update on this if you guys are interested, if you just happen to like this particular tree or are interested in the pears. But just quickly, this is how it is doing, and the pears are getting nice and chunky now, which is just wonderful to see. So they're getting there. They definitely grow a lot bigger than what they are currently, but they're looking healthy. The tree is supported a lot more than it was originally. I still need some work, but that is for right now. Next to it, we've got this Bramley apple, and it has a lot of apples on it actually. Unfortunately, I snapped the branch. Well, I didn't snap it, I didn't support it enough, and the branch snapped, so my fault. But it's got so many apples on it, and they're already getting nice and chunky, as you can see. And last year it only had 5 apples. This year it's clearly got more. And I'm really excited for these because Bramley apples are just fantastic for growing to make pies and cook with. And traditionally British apple pie is made with Bramley apples, so as an English woman, can't go wrong with having some Bramley apples available whenever the mood takes for apple pie. This is a cherry tree. The wasps had the cherries that I left on the tree. That was unintentional. I didn't know that they ate cherries, but they enjoyed them, so I'm not overly fussed. We've got to care for all of the animals and all of the insects, even those we don't like. Wasps also are very good for the environment, so no harm. And then we're going to go and move over there. This here is my big quince tree. It had a lot of flowers, but not a single quince, so we don't actually know what happened with this one. But yeah, not a single fruit, but it had loads and loads of flowers. Really don't know what happened. Maybe because it's still in a pot and it hasn't fully recovered from when we ripped it out of the ground. But that is something to figure out in a few years' time when it eventually goes back into the ground. So this is a cherry tree. Cherries have all gone over, as we said earlier. Got more strawberries. Over there we've got another apple tree, and I can't think of what type of apples these are. I don't remember, but they'll get eaten either way, and if they're not edible apples they'll get cooked. That behind it I think is a plum. I'm not sure, it hasn't got any fruit on it, so I'm not 100% on what that one is. We've got some more pear trees. We've got this one that hasn't got any fruit on it. It's still very young, but it has got pear leaf rust, actually, looking at it. So you can see that rusty colour. That is a fungal infection in the plant. So I can't do it right this second, so I'll come back after this video and pick off all of these leaves. The way I manage it, because I've got a lot of pear trees, is I pick them off and burn them. It's just a surefire way of preventing the infection from spreading. I'm not going to touch it anymore because I've touched the infection now. But we've got the pear over there. You can see it, it's hiding. There it is. Got this one pear on this tree. It had a few others, but after a bout of heat they all dropped, so I'm glad to have one. I didn't see that one originally. It's very hidden. If you just stand here and look, you can't see it. So it is behind over there. The plums have finished. We harvested those the other day, made jam. It was very tasty. We've got a James Grieve apple tree, which has 2 apples on it, 3 apples on it, which is nice. I've not had James Grieve apples before, so growing them is quite fun. That tree over there is struggling a bit, so we're just gonna walk away. We've got this grapevine, and this I believe is from my dad's tree, from my previous house, and so I'm just ecstatic that it is growing. It's like bringing a piece of my dad with us, so that's really nice, and it makes me happy that I could do that. So I didn't expect it to grow, but clearly it has, so that's just a really sentimental plant for me. Yeah, we didn't get any apricots, and this here is an apricot tree. The leafcutter bees have been all over it and really enjoyed it, so that's really cool as well. But yeah, no apricots yet. I know you can grow apricots in this country because I've seen other people do it, but I just haven't managed it yet. But my trees are still very young, so there's time. That's a cherry tree, sorry, actually. This is the apricot, that's a cherry, my bad. Almost at the end, so we've got these pears as well. I think these are the commerce pears. I can't think of the name, but we've got a nice chunky collection of them, so we've got quite a few on here. They were getting a bit wrinkly, they were a bit dehydrated, but with some rain and some really heavy watering, they've come back. The tree is very much leaning, as you can see, so if I hold the camera straight and just go up and down, you can see how much it is leaning. I've tried to support it, but the pot just isn't big enough to support a proper support yet. So this is going to be another autumn task, and it is much easier to manage fruit trees in autumn when they're sleeping. It's just less likely to damage the fruit or to make it drop the fruit in shock. And then our final fruit tree is this one, and this is another apple tree. It's got some apples down here. Let's see what this says. If I can read it. Braeburn. I'm gonna have to put a proper label in this one so I don't lose it. Braeburn apples, in my opinion, are the superior apple. So in the autumn, again, this one is going to get repotted with a lot more manure and organic material to help it grow a bit more. Because it's a bit thin, as you can see. It's a bit leggy as well, but that's, I'm not overly concerned about lots of branches. It looks almost like an espalier, but it's clearly not. Might have to train that one to be an espalier, that would be nice. But yeah, 4 apples on that one, and yeah, so primarily the only fruit that we've got left are apples, pears, blackberries. Got some grapes. The grapevines are over there, you can't really see them from here, but I will go and get them at some point in the season. You can see the grapevine over there, but that's something for later. And then lastly, the last thing we've got, I think, is these little blackcurrant, sorry. And I think I'll harvest these, mash them up with my pestle and mortar, and then make some juice. That would be really tasty. But yeah, that's what is growing now in the garden in the very end of July. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. What are you guys growing in your gardens? Do you have any herbs like this rosemary, or have you got plants and trees? I would love to know, and what fruit you've got. So thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Just to add in, these are avocados. This is an avocado tree that is growing at the bottom, and it is planted. It is fully outside all year round. And then we've got over here another avocado. This one looks like it has perished, but if you go to the bottom, it hasn't, and that is really cool. I used to have 2 really big avocados. One was called Avo, one was called Cardo, but they didn't make it because it got to -6 in England, which was unprecedented, and killed them. So that was unfortunate. I also forgot that we've got a walnut tree over there, which doesn't look too happy. And we've got, this laurel's doing really well, a blueberry bush. And I can't believe I forgot this, because look how cool the pink blueberries are. Like, isn't that amazing? They're literally pink blueberries. They're called pink lemonade. Don't know why it's not focusing. But look how cool they are. They taste like normal blueberries, I think. And yeah, they're pink. It's so cool. But yeah, and then I think that is actually the end of the fruit and vegetables. So yeah, pretty cool in my opinion. Oh, also some additional blackberries. These also are thornless, and this is really good if you've got small children around, and we're going to have some small children in the family soon. So he'll be able to help harvest these without us worrying that he's going to hurt himself. So that's really, really good, especially for involving little ones in harvesting and gardening. You always want something safe for them. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.